trip with me, man. Hopefully you riding along with me, and hopefully you can understand and fathom the things that I bring out. And start turning it up and cranking it up. I've got a little savvy on YouTube, and hopefully, if you are I don't care where you're located at, hopefully my information is enough for you, and it hopefully gives you some insight. If you don't like it, turn down, whatever, turn away. Just know what I align myself with, which is the God of Israel and the indigenous. I'm linking everything that emanates from that. I'm letting you know the base and the source and the core of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go because stuff is real. Man. Hopefully, let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna talk about it right now, but I'm gonna just go ahead and get to this. I'm gonna talk about this, but just so you know, Allah Shaja, which is God Almighty, the title. Okay, excuse me, right quick. Okay, what up, brothers and sisters? Is it on? Okay, yeah, I'm back. So I couldn't find it, but hopefully I'll bring it to you sooner or later. So I'm just letting you know straight up, Allah Shaja, the God of the mountain, the king of the mountain, which is in reference to Judah, which is God praise. In order to have favor with God, is basically something like a warlord, holding people into themselves, just like Adam. Um, I'm gonna show you sooner or later the scripture and the brother that breaks down the scripture, showing you that we are in an animal state right now. We are not even a living people at this moment, but we are coming from the dead. I'm telling you. But just to let you know, Allah Shaja to anybody else outside of Israel would be their Satan. Anybody else that has their powerful deity against us is Satan. You get what I'm saying? Hopefully you understand. Baal is a title. These things are titles. Real titles. Names are titles. My name is Ramonda, which means praised warrior. And Lakasi, which means leading house. So it's basically a military. And Thompson, which means what is that shit? It means biting cobra or something like that. I forgot. But names are type. Basically, let me keep going. Paganus. Oh no, I'm gonna show you. Okay, hold on. There are some native so-called Indians who are Negroes, who are black, that are called the pagans, and they have a brother tribe called the Saracens. Now, one of them are called Kanai or the Blood Indians, and the other ones are called I'm gonna bring it out sooner or later. Just follow me. Latin paganist, pagan and classical Latin villager, rustic, civilian, or non-combatant. Let me pause this right quick as I'm uploading. Let me get it out of the way. All right. But what it is a civilian or non. It's the people amongst you. Let me show you what a pagan is according to modern day real life in your face, something you can relate to today. Uh, let's see, the American structure. Any other nation that is around and about inside the American country that has their own different views from the American people. People that are demonized because of their views. Farrakhan is a pagan, according to American society. The Hebrew Israelites are I'm a pagan according to the American society, the United States. To them crackers, I'm a pagan because I'm not what they with. I'm only in their village. I'm a stranger amongst their nation, while my country is underneath theirs because they buried it and built theirs on top of it like a sparrow. That's what a sparrow does. That little small bird is tough as man. A hawk could kill a sparrow, but I'd be damned if that sparrow won't put up a fight. But let me continue. Villager, rustic, civilian, non-combatant, noun, use of adjective meaning. Not people. We got to learn how to reread, and I'm glad I learned how to reread. I ain't learned how to read until I was about 20, and I'm not talking about your normal school education. That's not reading. That's mimicking. It's just like the Quran. They just mimicking. They don't live the Quran. The people that they have above them to interpret the Quran to them, they're the ones that give the instructions and the formation to live the Quran. If the top is corrupt, the bottom is too, basically. But let me keep going. Noun use of adjective. That is a noun use of adjective meaning of the country, of a village. So hopefully you know what an adjective is, and I know you know what a noun is, but just go and look at your parts of sentences. I'm telling you, just go and look at your parts of sentences, please. Please. Meaning of, okay, from pagas, country people. So a country nigga is a pagan. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't do, man, it's the province or the rural district. Just keep going with me. I'm already at 6 minutes, but damn. Originally, district limited by markers. So counties. Those are pagans. But thus related to pangere, to fix or to fasten. In order to put something together, in order to fix to fasten something, you putting something together and you mending it together. From pag to fix, as an adjective from early 15th century. So now you got to add that into the word page, like page of a book. But let's continue. Religion sense is often said to derive from the conservative and royal adherence to the old gods after the Christianization of Roman towns and cities. This is the religious sense. Now, when you read this one passage right here, man, I don't want to disrespect people and say I'm showing you how to read, but I just want to give you an insight to how I read. I've been reading. I've been a G nigga in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the hood. I'm from that. But I always knew how to read. I just always knew, man. And deep and thick. Like read emotions and people. But let me continue, man. Uh, but the word in this sense predates that period in church history. So pagan predates church history. It didn't say. It just said church. It didn't say biblical. It didn't say nothing else. So I'm not gonna add to what I just read. And it is more likely derived from the use of paganism and Roman military jargon for civilian. Do you know how you have what are they called? Uh, a friendly fire. Friendly fire is another person besides you getting shot. A civilian. Pagan is a civilian according to a military soldier, an incompetent soldier, basically. When Christians, Tertullian, circa 202, Augustine, okay, I don't know, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I know what that means, but if I go into it or I run across it, then that would be great help. Man, reading all this whole just the pagan, not paganism, but just pagan, is a meal in itself for them. You have a brain tone. Let me continue, man. Fly. Get to abstract. Picked up with the military imagery of the early church, such as milites, soldier of Christ, applied to modern pantheists and nature worshippers from 1908. So if these are soldiers and militias, then they're nature worshippers also. I don't get it. So they're a bunch of soft ass nature warriors. I don't know. That's what that's leading to. But pagan and heathen are primarily the same in meaning, but pagan is sometimes distinctly applied to those of the nations that, although worshiping false gods, are more cultivated. Oh, man, gangs of pagans, gang members of pagans. I just, dang, according to United States, that's the point. Okay. As the Greeks and Romans and the heathens to uncivilized idolaters. So Romans call people idolaters if you don't serve their gods. Now a Hebrew Israelite amongst the Romans are idolaters, even though they serve their own God and they consider the Romans idolaters. You get what I'm saying? Man, Oh, as the tribes of Africa. Excuse me. A Mohammedan is not counted a pagan, much less a heathen. He is not counted a pagan, much less a heathen. Okay. The English surname Payne or Payne, etc. Okay. I see what the name Payne is. Okay. Makes sense. Appears to old records to be from Latin paganism, but rather in the sense of villager. Something like the village idiot. Somebody they demonize. And we're not going to even sit here and say, man, we got one God. All right. We ain't got no many gods where it's no God of the corn. No, the Lord, the one true God supplies the corn. Not nobody else beside him. All right. Maybe beneath him. Now ain't nobody above him or beside him, but possibly beneath him. You got to take that into account, man. You got to learn how to read, man. And was no doubt given without any thoughts of its meaning. Okay. Paganism. Okay. Panem, heathen lands. So pain. Damn. What's crazy is right around the corner is Payne's Prairie. Payne's Prairie. A prairie is like an open field land, and I live right in front of a prairie. My house, I can walk out my house and walk 20 feet behind my house, and I stay in a prairie. We have federally protected birds in my neighborhood that come and run my streets. If you hit one of these birds, you're going to prison. But let me continue. Oh man, I got a homeboy named Payne too. Okay. So there's such thing as the pagan or pagan Indians and the Saracen Indians. But hopefully you continue this whole ride with me. Hopefully this don't go over 20 minutes. But from Paine, you see the names. Heathen pagan, Saracen lands or cultural or faith from Latin paganmus. Heathendom. From paganus, heathen. See pagan, we already went through that. Mistaken meaning a heathen person in Old French, okay? Peasant. It's basically a person that is not, okay. In each society, we're not in the hierarchy of this society, is what I'm telling you straight up. There is a color code, and we are on the bottom because our gates languish. What is our gates? Our structure, political structure, military structure, all that. You know what I'm saying? Our gates language. The thing, our doctrine is weak. We are black. We are not people. We don't exist right now. But like I say, we exist. We exist. That's what I'm trying to do. Uh, it's like the word hey, attention, focus, um, or activity. But let me keep going, man. So peasant, old French peasant, local inhabitant. Earlier peasant from Pais, country region. Man. Everything I'm reading is filling in my. Go and try Sudoku puzzles if you want to learn. But page, this is a page. A second now. Youth, a lad, boy of the lower orders. Originally also youth preparing to be a knight. Like I told you, an illiterate soldier. So that's what a pagan is. Oh my, man. A youth page servant, possibly with its. Hey, I'm tired right now, and I've been talking all day, so excuse all that. Pagus, a servant, perhaps ultimately from Greek, paidon, boy, lad, diminutive of pais. Let me go. Heathen. Heathen is in here. Heathen, not Christian or Jew, also as a noun. Old Hayden, not Christian or Jewish. So the Christians and the Jewish people, they link together. Christian, Jewish, and Muslim, Islam is like the three-headed dog Cerberus, man. That's what I linked them to the Pope. But let me continue. Also a noun, heathen man, one of a race or nation which does not acknowledge the God of the Bible. But in another context, people who don't believe in the Talmud, to those Jews, those Jewish Jews, are pagans. You get what I'm saying? And it's crazy how this didn't give the part of sentence. We don't know why. and that is important. Small things count, especially in Danes. Okay, emerged from Old Norse heathen pagan of uncertain origin, cognate with Old Saxon headhin. Okay, so I see where hedge come from. So if pagan is the people of the country or in the village, the hedge is what separates the castle from the outside, from the villages in the country and stuff. But perhaps literally dweller of the heath, one inhabiting uncultivated lands. Ooh wee. So I ain't gonna lie, the pagans and the heathens what got us caught up too. They joined sides with them. That's why he said kill all of them. Don't have none dwell amongst you. Man, we slipped on our slaves. That's all I'm saying. You have to fathom us as a nation. That biblical stuff you read and it's not just some play you watching. We live in that right now. But historically assumed to be ultimately from Gothic Haidno, a Gentile or heathen woman. Okay, so according to IUIC, I am a Gentile, and ISUPK, I am a Gentile because I'm not with them. They have a hedge amongst themselves, and anybody outside of it, they have to come through the gate, which is the ISUPK classes. A priesthood is a gate. But let me show you something. It's the entrance to like Fort Judah. You had to go through a gate to get through that whole place was an initiation spot, and they used it against us by turning it into a slave port. It wasn't a slave port before. Same name, Fort Judah. Uh, let me see something. All right. Let me continue. Hopefully you follow me, man. This might be a 25-minute video. Uh, Candlemas, Feast of Purification. I don't know. It's relevant though. It's relevant. Don't think it ain't. By idol, image of deity. Okay. Bibliomancy, divination by opening a book, especially the Bible, at random. Okay, I don't know who do that. The first verse presenting itself being taken as a prog. Okay, that could be somewhat real, but I ain't into all of that. That ain't my thing. Non-Christian, pagan, infidel. So anybody that's not a Christian is a pagan. An unbeliever is a pagan, damn it. A heathen is a person that is outside. Man, the laws of Adam. I'm coming out with that soon because we're not in the precious place we were. When we resurrect and come back to that place, we gonna be naming animals ourselves. We gonna be calling people what we want to call them. They gonna be our byword. You feel what I'm saying? Right now, we they dogs, we they cattle, we're their ox, we're their bucks. You know what I'm saying? But let me continue. Superstitions, nudism, Acer, pagan. Okay, let me keep going. Let me get to certain things. I'm trying to stop now. Savage, fierce, ferocious, undomesticated, untamed. Okay, I'm gonna try to make an example of this. Let's say an African nation. Let's say a South African is a savage right now because he is an untamed American. If he comes over here, he is a stranger or an untamed, undomesticated. Do you know what domesticated means? That you are of that house. We live in the white man that built his house on top of ours. We live in his house. His nation is his house. His nation has his own children in it, and we are strangers that live amongst him in his fields. We are his heathen. We are his pagans and Saracens because we don't have the praise of God. He doesn't favor us. You need to understand. I hope you watch my videos and you following and you see every video I'm doing because all of it is connected like a spider web. Let me continue though. Yeah, I'm trying to wean myself or purge or purify myself of certain bad stuff that I do, cuss words. But savage, wow, okay. Even though I'm educated, even though I'm smart, even though I'm not employed right now, Even though I am a hard worker, I do try to live the laws of the land. I'm still a savage to them. All right, like they say, kill the Indian, save the man. The Indian is the living entity. Man always was. But let me continue, man. Hopefully you still with me. A statue. Ooh wee. I'm gonna pass that. I'm gonna keep that for myself. That's something else. Ooh wee. Okay, Saracen. Large sandstone boulder, probably Saracen stone, Saracen stone from this. Okay, so the Saracen stone is a pagan stone. Um, Anything that the heathens or other nations worship as a stone is a Saracen stone. Saracen stone. You get that? So pagan, heathen, the same word was applied to the ancient leavings outside Cornish tin mines, also known as Jew's pit. Those being the terms that came to mind once to describe any ancient feasts based on the Bible. Okay. So synagogue, I suggest I'm gonna go through this myself, but if you see what I'm running across, hopefully you pause it and you read it yourself. Ethnic, pagan, heathen. So the ethnicities that these crackers got for us are pagan ethnicities. Did you know that North Africans are called white when they come over here? Those are not pagans to them. Those are their people, bloodline people. People don't look together. There are white people in this world that are family to Caucasians, have olive skin, maybe some of them that are even dark. Okay, let me go. But from the Goya, basically Goy nation. Just man, you see what I'm saying? How it's linking together like a spider web, man. I'm telling you, this is true. Words are spells. But charms, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully, you watched my last video. So, kaffir is an infidel. So that's a pay. That's another. That is a kaffir is a Hindu Indian word, I believe, or a Muslim word. So kaffir is the same as heathen and pagan. Make no difference in them. Infidel is a pagan, heathen, a Saracen. Those are the same words. It's a million ways to skin a cat. It's 1,000 ways to say hello to somebody. You cannot even open your mouth and say, hey. Okay, barbarian, somebody that's a Berber. So Berber is also, Berber and Kaffir are the same thing. It's like saying a Muslim calls an infidel a Kaffir, but what you would call it, man, hopefully you get what I'm saying. So New Year's Eve, a pagan celebration. You see how that showed up into everything, even my last couple of videos. So Saracen, Arab, generally non-Christian, heathen, pagan. Hopefully you got through that. It was associated with that of the biblical seraphim. Okay, so I didn't read all that, but don't take that in context to what I just said, because I didn't read all of it. When you read something, read all of it. When I watch a video, I watch all of it. I don't give a damn if I got to stop it and come back to it. Because I'm not finna, man, I'm kind of healthy now. I'm big now. I done gained some weight in my years. Still swole though. But I eat everything off the plate. So the paradigm is I do it with my mind too. Um, Prophet, person who speaks of God, one who foretells, inspired preacher. Okay. A prophet is also see fame, a person that is famous for speaking of God. Let me keep going. Um, okay. Wee. Man, you need to read etymology. Read etymology. Okay. So you can understand, read what you're reading. You know, I used to read Harry Potter. What the hell? I used to read Harry Potter books and be like, it was living. Just like in the Prince of Egypt, when Moses seen that picture on the wall of what happened to his people, pictures 1,000 words. Um, one picture becomes living art. But let me keep going. Check out etymology. It means the true, the real, the actual nation. I mean, not nation, but nature of the word. So the words that we're reading, the etymology means that it is the nature of the word that you are, the spirit of words. This is etymology is the spirit of words. The persona of words. Let me keep going. So guild, I know what that means. But all of this is relevant. Hopefully you. So Jew is the same thing. I ain't gonna even lie. As jive, like jive turkey. Jive turkey. But yeah, that's what they call us because we don't care about them. Man, you better have some pride. The pride of God's heart will be lifted up. And not even a dog, not even they won't even be able to speak against our dogs. Our breed of dogs, if you know what animal husbandry is. But did I have something else? I wanted to get that out the way, man. Wait, what was this? Hopefully you stuck with me through these 25 minutes of this one long page. But like I'm saying, I'm putting information out for right now because I don't want to be in a future time where I have to explain what I'm talking about. Because something that me and some brothers are putting together is going to be powerful for the Gainesville surrounding areas. So we can turn back to our one true God. All right? That is where I'm coming from. I'm not with nothing else, but I got one God. Okay? Many people got the God of the corn and the God of cotton candy and the God of shoelaces. No, listen, my God provides shoelaces, candy corn, and everything else. I don't have a separate deity for the air that I breathe. I don't have a separate deity for the hair on my head. I do not have a separate deity for the rubber on the bottom of my shoe. You see what I'm saying? I don't have a separate deity for the golds that are in the clay of the earth. That's that same deity for the gold and the clay in the earth. I accredit for horse shit that hits the street. You see what I'm saying? There is one God. He creates the good and the bad. Not just here. He's an all good God. No. If I wanted to take over your neighborhood and I'm doing it for the sake of my family, and you ain't with what I'm with, and I might be rolling with, you know what I'm saying, the Most High God, then of course I'm going to be bad to you because you're on the outside looking in. You see what I'm saying? And people don't, man, I'm out. The video too long already.